This is the Conscious Hour. I got Mahmoud. He's going to make a comment about Greta Thunberg.
Even if these moves begin slowly and then they start to pick up the pace, it's not a problem. But start making a move. And the last thing that I wanted to talk to you about is this girl here, Greta Thunberg. Greta Thunberg has been a global hero when she was calling for, you know, things to do with climate change and saving the planet. Everywhere in the United Nations, global networks speaking to the girl, a hero, all of that. The moment she started to talk about Gaza, all of a sudden she became this little devil child. What happened? So if you talk about saving plants, fine, saving people, no, that's not okay. Anyway, the girl is going on a flotilla to break the siege in Gaza, taking a risk. Israel targeted a ship, the flotilla ship in Malta several weeks back. They targeted the previous flotilla back in 2009. Many were killed too. But now she is saying that, no, we need to take this action. Even if there's a risk, we need to go in this flotilla and try and help as much as possible. The moment that that declaration is made, what happens? Pro-Israel figures threaten to kill Greta Thunberg over Gaza. Yeah, you heard that right. Kill the girl. A little girl trying to do good for humanity, trying to say stop genocide, stop killing people. It's very, very basic. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. It's actually quite honorable. You know, it's the normal thing that any human being would do. Anyway, Lindsey Graham, hope Greta and her friends can swim. Lindsey Graham. Have any of you heard about the case of him with that male prostitute case? What happened with that? He's still talking. Will Chamberlain, Greta's on her way to Gaza. The Israelis could do the funniest thing. Look at these people. They're basically they're calling for Israel to take action. Arsen Ostrovsky. Oh, look, the little jihadi Greta Thunberg. The jihadi Greta Thunberg is trying to get into Gaza to show solidarity with the Hamas. Of course. It would be so sad if something were to happen to our flotilla. These people are outright calling for Israel. This is an indirect call to kill the girl. Ladies and gentlemen, they're probably preparing the public opinion that something might happen so that people can take it easy. You know how these people operate. They're out of their minds. Only because she's taking action to save the people of Gaza. What kind of world do we live in? And again, she was a hero. She was amazing. But when she started to talk about Gaza, everything flipped. And the final interesting thing that I wanted to talk to you about is that's none other than Matthew Miller. Matthew Miller, the former spokesperson
Mr. I'm working on a ceasefire
of the United States State
for more
Department.
than a year.
Man was out there day and night, speaking so much. All of a sudden, he has no doubt that Israel is committing war crimes in Gaza. So let's have a look at what he said now and what he used to say before.
I think it is without a doubt true that Israel has committed war crimes. You wouldn't have said that at the podium. Yeah, look at bureaus that look at facts, apply them to.
So, man doesn't have a doubt that Israel committed war. He's still shy, still didn't say that they committed genocide, but he's definite that they committed war crimes. Now let's listen to what he had to say before.
To international law and make assessments. Those assessments are ongoing, and we have not yet at this time concluded that Israel has violated international humanitarian law, but we have ongoing assessments across a number of different fronts.
So let me ask you a question. You're watching television. You're seeing what's going on. And they're killing the Palestinians. They aren't killing Hamas. They're leveling the entire coastline because they've got a mission. So how is it that these terrorists, not Hamas, the IDF, is getting away with it? Well, it's simple. because all these countries, Germany, France, Italy, Spain, Canada, United States, and just to name a few, are all part of the military-industrial complex. The Zionists, Mossad, CIA, it's all one big family. Yeah. And now Matthew Miller is trying to cover his ass. Sorry, sir. You committed treason against the United States. You lied to the American public repeatedly. You caused damage to the United States. And your other cronies did too. But you see, everybody's hunkering down. You try to get a hold of senators, they don't answer their phones. Everybody's in hiding. You've got these militias, this ICE, which are just basically vigilantes. No, I'm sorry, that's rude. They're ex-cops, ex-military, Steve Bannon's militia. Does it make any difference? And they're abducting people because you have a foreign name? You could be here since the time you were 5 years old. You could be 35 and they'll come and get you. You could be anybody and they're going to come and get you. They want to put you in what? A prison in the United States? They're going to fill up the prison in the United States? Or are they all going to the gulag in El Salvador? Or some other country? Oh, the other one is Eric Prince. He's got his special operations guy in Haiti. What's coming next for Haiti, folks? You better pay attention because they're going to take that country over too. They controlled that country for a long, long time, the United States government. You know, they refuse to give them, why? Because it's a strategic point for the United States military. And there's probably some resources there too, or oil or something really intriguing that nobody really wants to talk about. But let's go back to this one.
Politicians are just wrong. They just see the law differently.
I'm telling you that we have ongoing assessments and we have not yet reached that conclusion to implement all of the things that we recommended.
Ongoing
Now, that said,
assessments, yeah.
we are not at the end of the 30-day period,
Okay,
and we
so
are
it's
in conversation.
not ready to give them
It's not the
an
end. It's not the end of the semester. You don't give out. You don't hand out grades in the
Right,
middle.
he's
the right to
getting
lecture
caught.
other countries on their moral.
So if you have a policy question for me, I'm happy to take it. If you want to give a speech,
No, but
there are
I
plenty
mean-
of places in Washington where you can give a speech.
Yeah, but people are sick of the bullshit in here. I mean, like, it is a
Okay.
genocide.
I'm gonna
You
go on
are
to- I'm gonna
abetting
go on to
it,
another question.
and you are.
And he goes on. I mean, you probably heard the man when he was talking and legitimizing the genocide when he was in the Biden administration. But all of a sudden, in a blink of an eye, the man leaves the administration, has this interview, all of a sudden they're committing war crimes. What are they actually thinking? So what are the people who are in power now actually thinking? Are they also believing that it's a genocide and these are war crimes, but also hiding it because they're in their position? This is a blatant example of how these people are just actors, going there on an act because that's their job, to legitimize a genocide, and when it's no longer in their interest, or that's oh yeah, they're actually committing war crimes and they are doing bad stuff. Who else then in the current authorities thinks the same thing as Matthew Miller and is not really mentioning anything?
So let's take a break here.